They branded her a monkey before 50 investors. Emily Thompson grips her Hermes briefcase, striding into the opulent, marble-clad lobby of the Ritz-Carlton. Her sleek black Armani suit demands respect, yet draws scorn she never anticipated. Murmurs trail her through the glow of crystal chandeliers toward the executive boardroom. Who's this woman? Just an assistant, surely. Lost, perhaps? Emily's heels strike the polished stone with defiance as she nears the mahogany doors labeled Harrison Enterprises Private Meeting. Inside, 20 board members in crisp navy suits swivel to stare. Their silence slices sharper than their glares. She sets her briefcase at the head of the conference table, directly opposite James Harrison Sr.'s gleaming nameplate. Inside lies the $900 million contract, a deal poised to rewrite history. What would you do if your skin color sparked public scorn before 50 witnesses? Drop your thoughts below. We're listening. 2 hours later, they'd be groveling for her mercy. 6 months ago, Emily forged Thompson Tech Solutions from her Seattle garage. Code morphed into algorithms. Algorithms birthed patents. Patents fueled $50 million in yearly revenue. When James Harrison Jr. pitched a game-changing partnership, she knew it was her company's defining moment. Now, James Harrison Sr. trades a look with his son as Emily steps forward. The 70-year-old Titan's lined face betrays shock, then a shadow of contempt. "I'm Emily Thompson, CEO of Thompson Tech Solutions," she declares, her voice radiating Harvard Business School poise. "Thank you for this chance." James Jr. hesitates, his eyes narrowing. "We expected someone else." Emily unveils her presentation. "Our AI platform will transform your manufacturing, boosting efficiency by 300%, conservatively." Board members slouch, their skeptical glances darting like daggers across the table. Dr. Patricia Montgomery, the sole female board member, averts her gaze. "Heath algorithms," James Sr. sneers at her charts. "Who really built them?" "I did. MIT Computer Science, Harvard Law, dual degree." "Impressive resume," he drawls, his tone dripping with doubt. "But execution demands seasoned teams." Emily's technical slides hush the room briefly. Manufacturing protocols, cost-benefit breakdowns, integration timelines. Each chart showcases expertise that unsettles them. James Jr. mutters to the CFO, "Diversity hire misstep." James Sr. isn't done tearing her down. "Ms. Thompson," he cuts in mid-sentence, "can your company truly tackle a project this massive? We need proven partners." The word proven lingers like poison gas. Who actually coded these algorithms? The CTO probes, implying she couldn't have. They sideline Emily, firing questions at her white assistant Jennifer, who fidgets beside her. Jennifer redirects each query to Emily, but the signal is clear. They reject the idea that a black woman could craft this tech. "Maybe we should reconvene," Dr. Montgomery suggests, "when your boss can join us." Emily's jaw clenches subtly. "I am the boss, the creator, the CEO." She dives into details that would stump MIT scholars: database frameworks, neural network designs, machine learning optimizations. Her intellect towers over their biases, silencing the room for 3 minutes. Their words strike like fists, but Emily's face remains a mask of resolve. James Sr. was merely priming for his true attack. He rises with calculated theatrics, his smile steeped in 60 years of unchecked privilege. The insult lands like a grenade in the quiet. Board members squirm, yet none protest. "Or perhaps our cleaning crew needs help," James Jr. piles on, fueled by his father's venom. "Post-meeting, naturally. Monkey see, monkey do," James Sr. quips as Emily organizes her documents. The jab sparks louder laughter. Emily's hands stay steady, though her knuckles pale against her leather briefcase. Jennifer rises to defend her, but Emily's subtle signal keeps her seated. "Security!" James Sr. roars toward the door. "We've got a trespasser." 2 guards step in instantly. They were waiting. This humiliation was planned. "Escort this woman out," James Jr. orders. She's mistaken her role here. The guards pause, sensing the malice, but duty prevails. They approach Emily, their faces apologetic. "Ma'am, please come with us." Emily rises slowly, gathering her materials with unshaken dignity. As security ushers her out, James Sr. lands his final barb. "Give our best to the welfare office." But Emily's icy smile in the elevator signals war. In her Tesla Model S, engine silent, Emily's hands tremble with restrained rage. She taps her smartwatch, which captured every cruel word over the past 2 hours. Speed dial. "Marcus Chen, attorney. Are you sure?" "Once we begin." "They called me a monkey, Marcus, recorded, with 50 witnesses." Silence. "I'm filing tonight." Next call. "David Kim, Goldman Sachs. It's time to unleash the investments we planned. Every position. And David, start shorting Harrison Enterprises stock. Discreetly." "Done." "How ruthless do you want this?" "Biblical, David." "Sarah, that corporate racism story I mentioned? I've got audio that'll shatter everything." "How damning is it, Emily?" "Career killing for them all." 3 floors up, the Harrisons revel in their triumph. Champagne flows as James Sr. toasts his son. "That's how you crush troublemakers," the patriarch proclaims. "Black folks need to know their place in business." James Jr. chuckles. "With us, Harry," he laughs. "With us." Dr. Montgomery slips out early, rattled by the spectacle. The CFO calls for another bottle, savoring the victory. James Sr.'s voice rings out. Maybe the kitchen's more her speed, work that fits her. Talents. Social media ignites. Justice. For Emily surges globally within hours. Audio clips rack up millions of shares, retweets, and furious reactions. Harrison Enterprises stock craters 15% at open, 22 by noon. Calls swamp their headquarters. Reporters, investors, enraged clients demanding answers. James Jr. scrambles, hiring Goldman Crisis Management for $200,000 a week. Their advice: apologize fast and disown your father. No one buys it. CNN secures Emily for prime time. Across from Anderson Cooper, she's poised, professional, dissecting corporate racism. Anger stays buried. She radiates resolve. "This isn't vengeance," she tells Cooper. "It's accountability. How many brilliant minds are sidelined for their skin?" The Department of Justice launches a probe into Harrison Enterprises' government contracts, targeting discriminatory vendor practices. Apple, Microsoft, and Google halt partnerships, their synchronized statements hinting at orchestration. Someone powerful pulled strings. Employees jump ship en masse. LinkedIn buzzes with exposés of the company's toxic, biased culture. Harrison Truth unearths decades of prejudice. They overlooked qualified black talent for years. Former HR Director Patricia Mills posts. "Thompson's ordeal was my breaking point. James Jr. takes emergency CEO reins but flounders. He scraps 3 key client pitches as engineers quit. Production schedules implode without expertise. Board members bicker in crisis meetings. Dr. Montgomery posts a video resignation, citing ethical rifts with leadership. Her exit sparks more defections. Stock plunges to 43% of its pre-scandal value. Credit agencies slap junk status on Harrison Enterprises. Banks freeze credit lines pending probes. James Jr. dials Emily, leaving frantic voicemails. "Ms. Thompson, let's find common ground. It's a misunderstanding." Emily stays silent, her quiet more chilling than any threat. Her deadliest weapon remains hidden. The SEC opens a case on stock manipulation and insider trading tied to the Harrison-Thompson meeting. Someone leaked 5 years of financial records. Harrison Enterprises loses 3 federal contracts worth $2 billion. The Pentagon cites integrity issues in termination letters. NASA axes a space tech deal. Class action suits multiply. Shareholders claim securities fraud. Employees file discrimination cases across 6 states. Legal costs outstrip quarterly revenue. Global clients bail as the scandal spreads. The EU bars Harrison Enterprises from future contracts. Asian partners quietly cut ties. Bank of America and Wells Fargo demand repayment of $400 million loans. Without credit, payroll falters. James Jr. begs former employees with settlement offers to avoid testimony. Most refuse, craving court justice. His wife, Caroline, files for divorce, seeking custody of their 3 kids. "I won't let my children carry this hate," she tells People magazine. Their country club boots them. Private schools expel their kids over reputational risks. Their social world vanishes. The stage is set for Emily's ultimate revelation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Accountability Press Conference. Her opening slide stuns. Harrison Enterprises shareholder report. Thompson Holdings, LLC, 25% ownership. For 5 years, I've been their second largest shareholder via shell companies from my Harvard law days. Every dividend, decision, and strategy, I knew it all. Financial markets reel. Trading halts as algorithms grapple with the bombshell. I also advised Apple, Microsoft, and Google as silent counsel on their Harrison dealings. When I said cut ties, they acted. Chaos erupts. James Jr., watching the live stream from his corner office, pales as truth unfolds. Emily's next slide. Credentials. Harvard Law Review editor, MIT Computer Science, summa cum laude, ex-counsel to Fortune 500 firms, licensed in 12 states. Every meeting, email, and interaction with Harrison Enterprises was calculated. I knew their game before I stepped into that room. A montage reveals Thompson Tech as a masterfully crafted Trojan horse built for this moment. James Harrison Sr. asked if I knew my place. I do. It's wherever I decide. The crowd roars with a standing ovation. James Jr. kills the stream, his empire in ruins. The final blow looms. Harrison Enterprises crumbles under synchronized assaults. Emily's civil rights lawsuit, backed by audio and 50 witnesses, becomes the DOJ's marquee discrimination case. The EEOC probe widens, encompassing 43 ex-employees with parallel stories. Marcus Chen's firm unearths decades of financial misdeeds. The IRS audits after anonymous tips expose offshore accounts and tax dodges. Emily's insider knowledge pinpoints every hidden scandal. SEC charges, insider trading, stock manipulation, securities fraud, trace to James Sr.'s personal accounts, revealing millions in illicit gains. Emily leverages her shareholder power, calling an emergency board meeting with investors who admire her prowess. She holds controlling sway. A unanimous no-confidence vote ousts James Jr. and the board, replaced by Emily's diverse picks. Margin calls force the Harrisons to liquidate. Manhattan penthouse, Hampton's estate, art collection, all auctioned. James Sr.'s yacht fetches 30% below value. Apple, Microsoft, Google, and IBM cut ties for good. $6 billion in government contracts vanish. Global clients follow. Emily's network poaches Harrison's top talent with lucrative offers, gutting their expertise. Patents lose value without skilled hands. Factories shutter as contracts and workers disappear. Netflix greenlights a documentary on Emily's saga, paying over $10 million upfront. HarperCollins wins her book rights for $15 million. Harvard Business School crafts a case study on her strategy. Speaking gigs net $200,000 each as firms vie to learn from her. James Sr. suffers a stress-induced heart attack, hospitalized for 3 weeks. His wife of 45 years files for separation. Their divorce fuels tabloid frenzy. Caroline Harrison secures full custody and most assets. Their kids ditch the Harrison name to escape the scandal. Country clubs and private schools shut them out. Their social circle scatters. Harrison Enterprises stock tanks 90% from its peak. Emily launches a hostile takeover at bargain prices. Legal fees and settlements force the Harrisons to sell their shares for pennies on the dollar. The company rebrands as Thompson Harrison Technologies under Emily's command. Her name now leads the empire that spurned her, a sweeter victory than champagne. Corporate America quakes as one woman topples a century-old dynasty. Firms scramble to reform, fearing Emily's next move. HR mandates bias training. Venture capital prioritizes diverse leaders. The Emily Thompson effect remakes industries. Board diversity becomes mandatory. Meeting recordings spread. Zero-tolerance policies ignite. The courtroom promises ultimate vindication. The House Committee on Corporate Accountability hums as C-SPAN cameras roll. Congresswoman Alexandra Martinez bangs the gavel. Millions streaming live. Ms. Thompson, state your name and role. Emily Thompson, CEO of Thompson Harrison Technologies, formerly Thompson Tech Solutions. Her voice brims with unshakable confidence. She lays out evidence, each piece more explosive. Audio blares through chamber speakers, unnerving lawmakers. Corporate discrimination's systemic roots stand exposed. This isn't a one-off, Emily testifies. It's decades of entrenched racism costing our economy billions in lost talent and innovation. Financial data links discrimination to reduced competition and performance. Charts tie diverse leadership to profits. James Jr. takes the stand. A broken man. His tailored suit can't mask defeat. Mr. Harrison, did you use simian slurs against Ms. Thompson? Aye. He stares at his hands. Yes. Did you suggest she belonged in a kitchen or cleaning crew? Yes. His voice breaks. Tears stream as cameras capture his ruin. We were wrong. Racist. We thought wealth and skin made us better. Ms. Thompson deserved respect. We gave her hate. James Sr. pleads the fifth, dodging testimony. The optics crush him. A guilty man cowering behind the Constitution as his son confesses. Did Ms. Thompson's race wholly shape your family's treatment? James Jr. weeps. We saw a black woman and presumed failure. Her qualifications never crossed our minds. Representative Martinez delivers the verdict. This hearing exposes corporate governance failures, demanding urgent legislation. Settlements wrap in hours. Emily secures $50 million in personal damages, with $200 million for other victims' class action. 3 board members face criminal charges for fraud and civil rights violations. James Sr. faces federal tax evasion and securities fraud charges. Harrison Enterprises is barred from federal contracts forever. The precedent spooks corporations into swift reforms. 15 firms settle discrimination cases to dodge similar fates. New laws mandate diversity reporting and accountability. The Thompson Protocol sets the inclusive business standard, sparking industry-wide upheaval. Corporate America shifts overnight, recognizing discrimination's existential threat. The Thompson Protocol, recorded meetings, diverse panels, zero tolerance, becomes Fortune 500 dogma. Under Emily's helm, the rebranded firm soars. Stock hits record highs as investors laud ethical leadership. Revenue surges 300% in 18 months. It becomes America's top employer, sweeping 12 Best Place to Work awards. Diversity metrics set the corporate gold standard. Tech giants adopt sweeping anti-bias rules. Anonymous reporting systems multiply as firms dread becoming the next parable. Executive pay ties to diversity goals. Boards diversify fast, under shareholder pressure. The Old Boys Club collapses under scrutiny. Time names Emily Person of the Year for driving reform. She founds the Thompson Foundation, funding STEM scholarships for underrepresented students. Harvard, Stanford, and Wharton vie for her lectures. She mentors over 1,000 diverse entrepreneurs through accelerators and talks. Corporate racism turns career poison as social media amplifies accountability. Young workers demand real inclusion, not token gestures. Shareholders emphasize ESG metrics. Poor diversity triggers investor boycotts and activist campaigns. The EU adopts Thompson-inspired accountability standards. The UN cites her in human rights and business ethics reports. Governance reforms spread across Asia and Latin America. Multinationals unify diversity standards to avoid scandals. What does this mean for society? From her corner office overlooking Puget Sound, where she once coded in her garage, Emily reflects. This wasn't about revenge, she tells Harvard Business Review. It was justice. Revenge fades. Justice endures. Transformation took more than strategy. It demanded grit. Therapy helped her navigate trauma while focusing on systemic fixes, not personal grudges. Anger sparks action, but lasting change needs patience and cunning, she tells Stanford. BAS. Her approach becomes a blueprint for advocacy. Document meticulously. Build alliances early. Arm yourself with education. They can scorn your look, but not your results, she tells entrepreneurs. James Jr.'s apology splits opinions. In her TED Talk, seen by 30 million, Emily responds, "Forgiveness follows accountability, not just words." James Harrison Jr. owned his actions and faced consequences. That's redemption's start, not its end. Discrimination's cost hits all. Firms lose innovation, markets lose competition, society loses progress. Diversity fuels profits, her reports prove. Inclusion isn't charity, it's strategy. Triumph cost dearly. Public glare strained family ties. Death threats demanded security. Emotional toll required therapy and boundaries. Victory has a price, she admits, but justice is worth it. Future generations deserve better. The Thompson Foundation's first scholars graduate from MIT, Stanford, and Harvard. Corporate diversity stats soar as accountability takes root. This isn't about ruining careers, she stresses. It's about opening doors for those long excluded. Her UN address inspires millions. Every time you see discrimination, you choose silence or courage. History will judge. She lists actions, record incidents, back diverse businesses, call out bias in meetings, vote for equality-driven leaders, mentor outsiders, confront prejudice in your circles. Emily's saga emboldens thousands to share their stories. Social media drives policy shifts. Executives undergo bias training. Venture capital diversifies portfolios. Discrimination reports spike 40% as victims find voice. Fortune 500 diverse hiring jumps 25%. Minority businesses gain $2 billion in contracts. 200 policy changes cite Thompson's case. Ethics codes and business school curricula evolve. Your treatment of vulnerable employees shows your true colors, she warns at Harvard's commencement. We're watching, recording, ready to act. You don't need a $900 million deal, just courage, preparation, and justice. A montage of inspired professionals, engineers saving lives, doctors serving the underserved, teachers reshaping education, entrepreneurs building inclusive firms. Harrison Enterprises? James Jr. learned consequences teach best. His father learned privilege expires. In a world of Harrisons, be an Emily. Preparation trumps privilege. Strategy outplays status. Justice? Justice conquers all. The camera fades as Emily returns to her office, where diverse teams craft world-changing tech. The revolution rolls on, one inclusive choice at a time.